How do your dad and mom feel about your grandpa? He really is a POC. Found out my son was really my uncle. My granddad was messing with my girl the whole time while he was staying with him. Man finds out his son is his uncle after his girlfriend's affair with his granddad. A man has shared his heartbreak over discovering the boy he has raised as his son is technically his uncle after his girlfriend had a long-running affair with his grandfather. Okay, two things. One, somebody in the comments said the baby's first word's gonna be nephew, and now I can't unhear that. And secondly, part of me is kind of wondering, like, well, what was actually more interesting about the granddad compared to him? Because isn't the granddad just an older version of him? I am so confused on so many levels, and also the phrase burp your uncle is now going to come up into play. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video for the day. We're going back into r/trashy, because if you've ever wanted to know what Florida's like, here's your trial run right now. If you guys would like to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and see more videos like this one in the near future, because that garbage pile ain't going anywhere anytime soon, and be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. Okie dokie, leg out. Sorry I can't take you to Courtney. I have the substance court. Jeez, a dude just closed up the whole salon. Like, what? Also, what the mannequin on the stick is kind of concerning. I honestly don't know what to think about that, but I feel like I'm gonna see this when I'm trying to go to sleep. It's one thing when you do it to your own vehicle and try to display that proudly and everybody gets concerned, but it's just downright douchey when you go and do that to other people's cars, and it's very much why whenever I go anywhere like Taco Bell, I always make sure that if I'm seating somewhere, I can see my truck in clear view, and because honestly, this is like one of my biggest fears with having a vinyl wrap, is just somebody whipping out a Sharpie, because let's be honest, that ain't coming off. How the heck you get 2 ankle monitors? Well, first off, there's multiple ways. You can get double arrested. Secondly, this is the future. Those are those new electronic shackles, the stop what you're doing 9000s. At the simple press of a button, you just magnetize it, and then they fall on their face, because obviously you try running without moving your feet. Appeal denied in Rutherford County, DUI and weapons conviction. Look, I'm all for people getting tattoos. For me, honestly though, when people have it on the face, sometimes I wonder a little bit what was going through their head. It's not my first choice. I wouldn't do it personally. If you want to do it, go right ahead. But how you come into the place you want to get the tattoo and tell them when they ask what would you like to get, you just point at your truck outside. And I feel like after a little bit back and forth, the tattoo artist said, well, you already paid me my money, just lay down. Like, I've seen people get Jeep tattoos on their shoulder and everything because, hey, the Jeep community is a nice community. Who in their right mind puts the frickin' Chevy logo on the middle of their forehead? This is why I will never not sanitize my airplane screen again. Why are the feet pictures most likely the ones to pop up, like the most consistent type of photo to show up in r/trashy? I do not get that, and honestly, every time I see this, I keep on thinking, so there's gotta be a way to remove feet privileges from somebody, but no, apparently that's not sanctioned in a lot of countries. That's called mutilation, at last I checked. Just because you have the feet don't mean you can use them instead of your hands. Just because you see Monkey do it don't mean that you can do it too. You're better than Monkey, not by much, but you're better. Although then again, photos like this are starting to make me think otherwise. The woman booking airbnbs for their home births. We were perfect guests. We cleaned up and left the place spotless. You would have never guessed I was on all fours in a tub giving birth to a child. Care to explain as to why this is something you had to rent an Airbnb for and you couldn't do at home? Like, normally when people do Airbnbs, it's because, hey, there's this house that's like all dinosaur themed, or we're going to vacation and we didn't want to spend money on hotel. Imagine in the reasoning you see that somebody is applying to rent your place because childbirth. I mean, if this review is being left, that means that somebody approved it, which means most likely that the reason that they wanted to rent was not being said. I just have a feeling in the future, whoever this person is that they rented out their house to these guys, they're gonna have a little sign that's right next to the other ones that say no smoking, no pets, no giving birth in my tub. If you want to do a home birth at your home, that's all you. But renting out somebody else's place to do it is honestly kind of confusing. 100 or best offer, you pick up unless in Trona, then a delivery can be arranged. It served us well for a while. We got a newer to us couch and replaced it from a pet and child friendly home. Look, I'm gonna be straight honest. I think the pet and the child were the only thing in that house that were friendly at any point in time. And why do I get the weird feeling I gotta fight that guy in order to get the couch? Look, you can already see that he's mid-swing because of that blur. I may be not nuts, but at least I can cook and give great head. Yep, way to go with them Chef Boyardee microwave raviolis. You're making Gordon Ramsay nut off of the smell alone. Congratulations, 7 stars. Even though we can only rate 5 stars, you break the limit. 2 groups of tubers, totaling about 25 people, got into a brawl on the Mississippi River near Bemidji, Minnesota on Sunday evening, in which one person was stabbed in the arm. Part of me is more so wondering how in the world they got 12 people to fit on each of those things. Well, 12 and a half. Maybe they cut one person up. Like, what was the brawl about? Did somebody pee in the river? Here's to nip-naps. Without them, the taters would be pointless. www.toplessfortatas.com. I gotta say, this one actually isn't trashy, because there's a fine line between saying free the tatas for the sole purpose because you want to see them boobers, and then there's actually stuff like this where it's supposed to be supporting breast cancer. This is very much the second of the two. And cool enough, there are actually a lot of Jeep events that help with this because of the whole, like, hey, topless, go naked for the day with the Jeeps and everything. It's like, okay, well, we can also support and make a fundraiser out of it too. And so there have actually been a decent amount of breast cancer awareness kind of fundraisers that involve Jeeps. Plus, also took me a minute, but yeah, considering that it's also wordplay and puns in it all, I feel like there's not really any malice behind this shirt. Red Mexican. Look, I know tattoo artists are just doing their job, but there has gotta be at least some point in time where they have thought, what the heck am I doing? Notice, please do not wash pets, clothes, or dishes in public restrooms. Thank you. Please no pooping in the showers. Toilets are next door. Okay, I'm fairly certain if you gotta put that sign up, I think the main demographic that disclaimer is for can't read for anything. Plus, also putting up a sign saying don't do this, please go over there is very much like trying to stop a train with a wet paper towel. Like, just good luck, my dude. I feel bad for the dude that has to clean up that free vaccine. Look, I'm just gonna be straight honest with you, dude. I'm fairly certain that thing ain't sterile. Also, congrats on drinking trash beer, which is pretty much how I see any beer in a can. I honestly just see any beer as wheat water. Honestly, for myself, I'm just more so a fruity drinking vodka person. F's given 0. Look, everybody had to grow up with at least one of those sarcastic t-shirts, and apparently some people just don't grow out of it. And honestly, I gotta say, sometimes you just kind of feel like this is the type of person that would walk into a place fully expecting to want to start a fight with somebody, and then getting very upset when nobody wants to fight them. And really, you're giving off the major loudspeaker on a public bus kind of vibes. Please be respectful and do not hit on our workers. We have the right to refuse service to anyone who ignores this rule. Thank you. In and out, Douglas staff. You know, the fact that this sign has gone up honestly is not surprising, and just in general, don't do anything that is any bit weird, creepy, or aggressive to the people who make your food. And I'll tell you this right now, just anybody working there, they're here for the paycheck. They aren't here to try to find their soulmate, so please don't use their employment as a Tinder page in real life. I can guarantee you this is the type of place where if you try to hit on the coworkers, they're going to have your lovely experience posted out front so that you get embarrassed every time you get within 2 blocks of the place. Yes, I cannot believe I've been searching so long and I finally found a slightly used gas station handle. Look, just because you're stupid enough to forget that the handle was in there and then drive off with it, ripping it out of the machine, don't mean you can turn around and make a profit off of it. This is not a waterfall. Yeah, just because you see some form of liquid does not mean it's good for it to come in contact with your body. And this is just a little bit of an unfun fact. Anybody that is ever living in Maryland does not know about this fact in Maryland, or is planning on moving to Maryland, or even vacationing in Maryland for some reason if you choose Baltimore, do not jump in the Inner Harbor water. It's green for a reason, and I'm fairly certain if you jump in the water, you'll come out with some kind of new disease. Because I'm gonna be straight honest, nothing can survive in the harbor except the boats and crabs. I don't know what type of invulnerability the crabs have, but they're like the only thing that can live in that water. Like, if you ever needed a picture definition of the word straight nasty, that is Baltimore Inner Harbor water. I cannot say anything else because I'm fairly certain there's not anything else that is worse. And look, if you can think of something worse, let me know down below. I'd love to have a contest about this. And I've seen too many videos of people jumping in the Inner Harbor, and you'd hear that dude in the background saying, ew, ew, ew. Yeah, he's the local. When you see God, let him know that he effed everything. Honestly, I thought that was Genghis Khan, but I might be mistaken. I'm still very certain it's Genghis Khan. Guess who's gonna be a mommy and daddy? We're pregnant. I love you so much. Look, congratulations on having a baby and everything, but I do have this feeling that when you do your gender reveal and you do your explosions, you're going to get green smoke, and I'm fairly certain you were expecting that. It's like, look, it's a doobie. Look, I'll be blunt on this subject. I was not expecting high expectations. Today, I traveled 10 hours in total by bus to DC and finally got to meet Joaquin Phoenix and followed him around all day in Washington and got to watch him pee in the urinal. That last one's just creepy. And I mean, like, creepier than the rest of it. It really is sad when you realize that there are people in the world that think that celebrities aren't human, so, you know, we can just be weird with them and all, just because they're in movies or do stuff that we find entertaining. Like, please just have respect for the people in the world. It makes the world a better place, and please do treat other human beings as human beings. And it really does suck that sometimes people find that phrase hard to understand. But with that, that is going to have to be it with the video. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up the wholesome internet discussions, and if you have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. Maybe check out another video too while you're at it. That'd be darn dandy of yous. But with that, I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.